Hey everybody. A while back, I posted a video about how my aromatase inhibitor raised my cholesterol and my blood sugar levels. I had promised to post an update when I got my numbers checked again, which I did a few weeks ago. So today we are going to talk about my results. But first, if you find this video helpful at all, or you like the kind of info I'm putting out there, please do me a favor and give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That tells YouTube to share the video with more people out there, and I would be really grateful if you did. Welcome back to my channel. If we haven't met, I'm Rachel. I am a two-time breast cancer survivor who's just here to share what I have learned throughout my journey about, life and happiness and nutrition to hopefully motivate other people out there to be the healthiest and happiest they can be in the least complicated ways possible. It has been a little bit longer than I intended since my last video. I finally had a total hysterectomy with a bilateral oophorectomy a couple of weeks ago, and I have been recuperating from that. Hopefully, I'm done with surgeries now for a while, fingers crossed. Anyway, last September, I had my blood work done, and I realized that my cholesterol and my A1C had skyrocketed because of the letrozole that I take as a result of my breast cancer diagnosis. If you haven't seen that video and you want to, I will link it at the end and down below. Honestly, I don't think anyone, including myself, really thought that I would be able to do much to affect my numbers since they were med-induced. And because I tried to keep my diet and activity levels on point, I wasn't really making any huge changes there. I made a few tweaks here and there, and I added a couple of supplements, and that was pretty much it. So I'm just going to jump right in here because that's obviously why we're here. I will start with my A1C. Here is where we started back in September, 6.0, which is pre-diabetic. It had never been that high in my life. In February, after about 5 months, I ordered a home A1C test because I was really just curious. And here was the result. 5.6, within healthy ranges. I was thrilled, this is normal, but it's the high end of normal. So I figured I would just keep doing what I'm doing. A few weeks ago, got my 6-month follow-up blood work. And given the home result, I was really looking forward to getting the results documented for my file. When I got them, just a month after the home test, I was a little pissed. Did I overreact? Absolutely. Now, keep in mind, A1C levels are the average of your blood sugar over the previous 3 months. Mine this time was 5.8, just inside that pre-diabetic range again. Not a big jump, but I was thinking, what the hell? I had not changed a thing. So I did a little research and I talked to a diabetic friend, and I learned something that I never knew that you guys probably all knew. Illness affects blood sugar. It can raise it. Right around the time I did the home test, I developed a sinus infection. No idea where it came from. I hadn't had one in years, but it was brutal and it lasted about 3 to 4 weeks. I did go to an urgent care. They tested me for everything under the sun going around at the time, and everything was negative. They did not give me an antibiotic, but they did give me one big dose of steroids, which also temporarily raises your blood sugar. So because of one really bad month, I know now why my A1C went back up a little and not so worried about it. Now, my cholesterol. Back in September, my total cholesterol was 311 and my LDL was 221. Again, I was initially a little concerned, but not terribly because my HDL was excellent, 77. My triglycerides were low, 65, and my cholesterol to HDL ratio was in the normal range, 4:1. 6 months later, here are my results. Total cholesterol, 246. Still high by current health standards, but much, much better. My LDL down to 162, also still high, but a huge drop. My HDL dropped a little to 72, which is still a great number, and my ratio is 3.4:1. Healthcare providers apparently want that ratio below 5:1, and below 3.5:1 is considered very good. And my triglycerides dropped even more to 62, which is fantastic. Lower triglycerides can still happen with high HDL. Remember, there are 2 types of LDL particles that you should consider when you are figuring out your risk of heart disease. There is LDL-A, which are the larger, fluffy, less dense ones and lower your risk of heart disease. Then there are the LDL-B particles, which are smaller, denser, and increase your risk. When your triglycerides are low, but your LDL is high, it could be an indicator that your diet is just filled with healthy fats, like avocados and avocado or olive oil, which I use a lot. Healthy fats not only increase your HDL, but they change the type of LDL particles in the blood, so that high LDL number may not necessarily be a bad thing. The fact that I have both high HDL and low triglycerides supports this theory. So, what have I been doing to get these results? What tweaks did I make? Well, first, I changed up my daily breakfast a few days a week. My go-to breakfast for a really long time has been a couple of eggs with a little egg white and either cottage cheese or Greek yogurt added for creaminess, and a whole lot of veggies. Very high in protein, lowish carb, and about 6 grams of fiber. Now, at least 3 or 4 days a week, usually on my strength training days, I make overnight oats with sprouted oats, hemp, chia, and flax seeds, and some whey protein powder. Sometimes I'll add cinnamon or peanut butter or my homemade protein granola, maybe wild blueberries. Sometimes I even throw in some riced cauliflower because you cannot even taste it. Very high in protein and a minimum of 10 grams of fiber to start my day. Second, I swapped out my almond milk for soy milk. In my coffee, in my overnight oats, the soy milk that I drink has 2 ingredients, soybeans and water. And I swapped out some of my black beans for organic black soybeans. Yep, as a 2-time breast cancer survivor, I have upped my intake of soy. Why? Because soybeans are packed with protein and fiber, vitamins and minerals like magnesium and potassium and vitamin C. And the beans are actually lower in carbohydrates than other beans. In 2009, scientists at the University of Massachusetts Amherst found that the isoflavones found in soy foods can lower your risk of diabetes. And they're a rich source of antioxidants and phytochemicals that can protect the body from free radical damage, reduce inflammation, and improve blood flow. Plus, they help lower LDL levels and protect the heart from damage caused by plaque buildup. As for soy and my breast cancer, study after study debunks the myth that eating soy foods increases your risk of breast cancer or breast cancer recurrence. Soy contains phytoestrogens, the plant form of the hormone estrogen. Even though they sound similar, they are not the same. Eating phytoestrogens does not affect the estrogen found naturally in your body. Soy is packed with isoflavones, and it's known for its beneficial properties. Not only is it an excellent source of plant-based protein, it's one of the few plants considered a complete protein. But those isoflavones are among the plant compounds that may significantly reduce the risk of breast cancer recurrence or death. In a recent meta-analysis published in January of this year, soy isoflavones were associated with a 26% reduced risk of breast cancer recurrence. You need to make sure, though, that the soy that you consume is in whole food form, tempeh, tofu, unsweetened soy milk, edamame, not soy isolates or just added isoflavones, like you see in some protein bars and powders. Personally, I choose organic soy. It's not genetically modified, it is lower in pesticides, and in the case of unsweetened soy milk, there's no other ingredients. All that said, eating soy is my choice. If you are not comfortable with it, by all means, don't do it. Just don't tell me or other breast cancer survivors who choose to eat it that we are killing ourselves. I have heard that a lot. It is a personal choice on my part, and it's a very well-researched one. Third, I have added whey protein. Yep, something that is considered an ultra-processed food that I consume almost daily. Whey protein is one of the most studied supplements in the world. It has a high nutritional value, and all of the scientific studies have revealed a lot of health benefits, as long as you do not have issues with whey. Not only is it an excellent source of high-quality protein that promotes muscle growth, which is incredibly important as we age, but it's also filling, which could help you lose weight. And studies have shown that it is effective at moderating blood sugar levels, especially when it is taken with or before a high-carb meal. Research has also shown that 20 grams a day of whey protein significantly reduce C-reactive protein, which is a key marker for inflammation in the body. Chronic inflammation in the body is a risk factor for so many diseases like heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. They've also shown that whey protein taken as a supplement lowered both LDL and total cholesterol. For years, I only used plant-based protein powders. I started limiting that even a few years ago because of all the added ingredients in every single one I found. I have searched high and low for the cleanest ones I could find, and there just are not a lot out there. And some of them are ridiculously expensive. I found this one maybe 6 to 8 months ago, and it is one of the best that I have ever seen. 6 ingredients from grass-fed cows, no artificial ingredients or fillers. And I love the taste of the vanilla bean. For the quality, it's not horribly priced, and at this point, it is the only complete protein powder that I am willing to buy. I initially found it on Amazon, but now I get it directly from the company website. Both of them will offer a discount if you do a subscription delivery. I use it in my overnight oats. I make a protein granola with it. I put it in my pancake batter. I use it in a high protein yogurt bowl. I will share those recipes in later videos if any of you are interested. Just let me know in the comments if you want me to do that. As for the supplements, I have always taken an omega-3 capsule, but now I just take 2, one in the morning and one in the evening. Research shows that omega-3s may lower total cholesterol and triglycerides, reduce blood pressure, and prevent the formation of plaque that can clog arteries. Plus, fish oil has anti-inflammatory properties, so it may help treat chronic inflammatory conditions. I supplement because while I love fatty fish like salmon, nobody else in my family does. And even though I do eat grass-fed meats and pasture-raised eggs and flax and chia seeds and walnuts and soy, all of which are good sources, I know I am not getting enough from my diet. I just get mine at Sam's Club. It's double strength, and most importantly, it does not make me burp up a fishy taste. Now, I did not want to add too many supplements because, I already take several in order to offset the side effects of my letrozole and the Verzenio that I used to take. And I get really tired of taking so many. Plus, it gets expensive, so I didn't want to add too much. I'm trying to wean myself from some of them and just getting my nutrients from whole foods. That said, I started taking 50 milligrams of ubiquinol. Ubiquinol is the active form of CoQ10, and it has twice the bioavailability. So if a recommended dosage of CoQ10 is, say, 100 milligrams, you would only need 50 of ubiquinol. CoQ10 is an antioxidant that your body produces naturally. Our cells use it for growth and maintenance and to generate energy in the cells. Just like with everything, levels in our bodies decrease as we age. They've also been found to be lower in people with certain conditions, like heart disease, and in people who take statins to lower their cholesterol. I'm not taking a statin, so I am taking this strictly for blood sugar benefits. Plus, there are some studies that suggest that low levels of CoQ10 might be associated with the higher risk of developing certain types of cancer, including breast, prostate, and lung cancer. So, I feel like it can't hurt. But as far as diabetes and blood sugar go, a 2018 meta-analysis suggested that CoQ10 has been shown to improve insulin sensitivity and regulate blood sugar levels. Another study found that taking 100 milligrams of CoQ10 daily for 12 weeks may improve HbA1c levels and insulin resistance. And although more studies are needed, some research suggests that CoQ10 might reduce LDL and total cholesterol levels in people with diabetes. The other supplement I added is chlorella. Chlorella is a freshwater algae. It's an excellent source of protein, fats, carbs, fiber, chlorophyll, vitamins, and minerals. It has so many benefits, I may do an actual video on it specifically. I pretty much take it in lieu of a multivitamin. For now, I will just say that several studies have suggested that taking chlorella supplements daily lowered total and LDL cholesterol and triglycerides. And one study showed that taking chlorella for 12 weeks lowered fasting blood sugar in both healthy people and those at a higher risk of lifestyle-related disease. And the last thing I've been doing, it's pretty simple actually, it's to get in an extra walk after dinner or after a higher carb meal. Now, my dog gets a walk early every morning, and I try to get my strength training in after I have eaten. But in the evening, after dinner, I just go for another stroll around the block. After meals, your blood sugar goes up even if you don't have diabetes. It's your body's natural response, and it's not a bad thing unless it spikes too high or it stays at a high level. Your blood sugar is the highest 30 to 90 minutes after you eat. And just a short walk after eating prevents blood sugar from spiking as high as it would if you ate and then just sat. And it keeps your insulin level stable. Any activity at all is helpful for your blood sugar. It doesn't have to be a walk. Exercise affects your blood sugar quickly, within a few minutes. And over time, activity helps your body use insulin more efficiently, decreasing insulin resistance. Like I said, I really wasn't expecting to be able to do much with my numbers, so it's been a really pleasant surprise. I will get tested in another 6 months, and I will see if I can keep up this progress. But this just goes to show that we should not just resign ourselves to the side effects of a med or any other things that affect our blood sugar or cholesterol. Our diets and our activity levels have a much bigger impact on our health than we think, or than some of us would like to admit. Because let's face it, putting in the work is hard and it's time consuming. But if I can control things with my diet and my lifestyle rather than take another med, that is what I am going to do. That is personally where my priorities are. Again, I am not telling you that you should do what I do. I am telling you what's working for me so that you can do your own research and hopefully find the path that works best for you. Pick and choose from my suggestions. Use them as a starting point to figure out what you want to do. But just know that you can do it. And I am here to encourage you to just try. Okay, so that is it for me today. I really hope you enjoyed the video and you got something out of it. Definitely comment below and let me know if you have any more suggestions that might help me out, or if you want me to post a few of the recipes that I talked about. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I will see you the next time. In the meantime, take care of you. Bye-bye.